So winter's often a good time to look at your grips. Grips are a critical part of the club because they're your only point of contact with the club. So if your grips are in good condition, then you can get a good quality grip, and therefore your hands can relax, and that gives you the most freedom through the swing. So what are the key markers to knowing when to change your grips? So with a lot of grips, they're made out of rubber, and rubber degrades over time. So what happens is, whether it's through sunlight, UV rays, actually kind of wearing, which is the physical wearing of your hands on them, they will, often when rubber will shine up, or if you've got heavy usage, you'll see wear marks from where you're kind of, generally speaking, it's your thumb marks on the top of the grip. So what are the key markers of changing? Well, one is if you've worn a rut in the top of it with your thumb, you often get a kind of a frayed looking rut, or even just a proper depression in the top of the grip. You're not going to get the same level of purchase off that top end of the grip. So that's when you could always class it as a swing training aid as well, but that means you're not going to be able to get the full grip in your hands. One of the other aspects is when the grips go shiny. So when they go shiny, that means that the surface layer has degraded, and you lose that softness and pliability to it. It goes hard. It also tends to make, you might hear here, a little bit of a squeak. So once the grip squeaks, that also means you're slipping over the top of it. So it's not getting that traction, getting that purchase. So all that means is it won't stay in your hands so well. So whether you use a glove or not, particularly bottom hand, if you're glove top hand, what the grip isn't doing is its job. It's not actually giving you purchase. So it means that you've got to hold on tight to stop it twisting, which then means you're getting all kind of hard, tight hands, tight muscles in your forearms, all the way across here, everything locks up and you lose that fluidity. So really is it's a good time of year for playing a little best to change those grips over, ready for the start of the season. So been over some of the bits of grips and sizing in other videos, but the key things to think about are going to be texture. So some players like a rougher texture to get more purchase. So things like the multi-compounds, the corded grips can get quite a lot of firmness and bite to the grip. Other players prefer a softer feel, so I've always, slightly drier skin. I've always liked a slightly softer feeling grip, so something with a little bit of tread, a little bit of traction. So in the same way that a tyre has tread to it to get purchase, that's something to look for. But the key thing to be careful of when you're changing grips is grip weight. So grips come in different sizes, and in a lot of grips, as you go up in size, you go bigger in size, you're changing the base weight of the grip. So depending on what grip you have on your current clubs, a lot of kind of standard size grips are around the sort of 50 to 55 gram weight range. If you were to look at changing your grip type, and therefore size as well sometimes, be careful of not going to a grip that changes the grip weight by very much. Every 5 grams you change the weight of the grip, you counterbalance the club a little bit more, and you'll reduce swing weight. And equally speaking, if you were going from a mid-size grip down to a standard size grip, again, be careful of changing the grip weight too much, because for every 5 grams less, you're increasing swing weight by a point. So really kind of key considerations when thinking about what grip to use, and certainly changing and refreshing for the start of the season. If you're changing the grip type, then be conscious of the weight, because it will affect the way that your club swings. So definitely if your grips are squeaking or have got shiny on them, on the top of the grip, you get a bit of a sheen on, then that's a good time to know you need to change them. But be conscious that you're not changing the properties of the club and the balance of it when you do so.